Happy Halloween and welcome back to another spooky video. Well, I decided to do a special upload this year on the scariest of days to review one of the best and most iconic episodes of classic Spongebob, Graveyard Shift. I don't think I'm alone in saying I love this episode and think it's one of the best episodes ever made. So let's dive deeper into a tale of horror and hash-slinging slashes, shall we? So the introduction to this episode throws you straight into the crux of the episode. Squidward gleefully announces that it's the end of the working day and gets irritated by a customer who wants to order something. Mr. Krabs, being the stingy opportunist that he is, decides, screw closing, let's stay open 24 hours a day. Which isn't too detached from reality. Many fast food chains do this. I mean, outside of this dialogue being absolutely hilarious.
Why?
Are you open?
Read the sign.
I'll have a Krabby Patty Deluxe and a double chili kelp fries.
No, you won't. I can't hang out here all night. I've got a life.
It perfectly emphasises both characters and the major conflict of the episode moving forward. You have Spongebob, who loves and values his job. The thought of being there all night is nothing but thrilling. Compare that with Squidward, who is upset and irritated by the thought of staying somewhere he hates even longer. Which is fair. Given the nature of the Krusty Krab, the open all-night idea is such a good plot device and fits itself so well, especially for an episode which thrives on its darker, more horror-like themes. I mean, the whole ideology behind a Graveyard Shift would scare a younger demographic watching for sure, as it has so many spooky elements to it, while I could equally see the motion of being up longer thrilling as well. I think it's why SpongeBob is so enticed by the idea. And with that, it would make sense that SpongeBob's eagerness and optimism for a night shift were great on Squidward. I mean, think about it from an adult point of view. You have been working all day, waiting for the time to go home. You're told last minute that you're on all night and you're stuck with an excitable child. I feel Squidward's pain here, and these two worlds just contrast each other so well. It's the building blocks to this fun episode. Squidward's telling of the ghost story is so well paced. Yes, it's very exposition heavy, but given that he's messing with Spongebob, it's all good. It does such an incredible job of building the fear factor up, and selling a fictional character such as the hash-slinging slasher to Spongebob who's eating it all up. The fear factor is there for him. Like, clearly it's not true, but SpongeBob's naivety is the course in selling it to the spectator. He is noticeably scared, up until the penny drops and he obnoxiously laughs, which sends Squidward's world crashing back into reality through the painful Graveyard Shift. I think SpongeBob's suggestive interjections throughout Squidward's story carries the comedy through this darker dialogue and adds another enjoyable layer to the internal story. While I do think the whole story coming to life trope is quite a cliche one, I would argue this is done well enough to sort of subject it and mock it. The resolution alone is proof of this. It reaches its intense climax. SpongeBob and Squidward are cuddling each other scared and are confessing secrets to each other, thinking they are going to die. Dark, I know, but fitting to the plot. Only for the big screw the audience joke to be, aha, it's a guy running a job application. But wait, who was flickering the lights?
Nosferatu!
Of course an old film noir vampire would exist in this world. I mean, why not? It's so incredibly stupid and works so phenomenally well and is incredibly funny. Given how dark this story gets, I think it needed a warmer, softer and downright comedic ending. It's such a solid final scene. I thought it would be fun to hear some other people's thoughts. As normal, I will be keeping the identities anonymous. Every single time I see Spongebob dancing around Squidward's little boat going night night night, I get this goofy grin on my face. This episode is just a riot from start to finish. Other than above, I also love the bit with Spongebob going to the dumpster and freaking out every step of the way, and how Squidward keeps his deadpan snark going even when telling a scary story and in the face of fear. As someone who typically works at night, it gets pretty quiet being in the kitchen all by myself for hours on end, so I really wish I had a Spongebob to joke around with. First off was another great episode with both Squidward and Spongebob again. Just like that pizza delivery episode, I love the dynamic between these two. They're polar opposites, yet they mesh together so well and create a hilarious time for the viewers. This is clearly one of the better episodes, and I have a riot whenever I see it. Well, that's what I think anyway. I would love to hear what you all think in comments down below. If you enjoyed what you saw and would like to stay up to date with my latest content, then please hit that like button and subscribe. With that, have a good Halloween and avoid the hash slinging slasher. Goodbye.